Hi friends, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will understand the two basic and important concepts of circuit analysis. So the first concept is voltage division concept, and the second concept is current division concept. These two are the two important and basic concepts of circuit analysis. We will discuss these two things in this video. So basically we'll understand this voltage division and current division for resistive circuits. So the circuits which are made with the resistors, these are called as resistive circuits. Now let us see one by one. First we'll start with voltage division concept. In order to know what is the voltage division concept, first we need to understand, or we need to have some idea about when to use voltage division, where it will be useful. The voltage division concept is useful to find voltage. So voltage division concept is basically used to find the voltage across a particular element. When the total voltage or when the source voltage is known to us. So the very purpose of voltage division is to find the voltage across a particular element when the source voltage is known to us. In another way, when the total voltage supplied or across a group of series connected elements is known. So basically voltage division concept is used to find the voltage across a particular element when the source voltage or the total voltage across a group of series connected elements is known. Now in order to apply this voltage division, the knowledge of Ohm's law as well as the knowledge of KVL, which is Kirchhoff's voltage law, is required. So these two are the prerequisites in order to understand or in order to apply the voltage division concept in the circuit, right? So Ohm's law and Kirchhoff's voltage law. Let us see how this voltage division rule can be applied to the circuit. We need to understand the concept behind it, right? In order to understand that, I am considering an example circuit where we have a voltage source Vs, a battery Vs, and it is connected in series to a series combination of three resistors, R1, R2 and R3. These are the three resistors across which the battery is connected, right? I am considering this circuit as an example circuit. Now I want to find the voltage across R2. I represented this as V2, right? In order to find the voltage across R2, which is V2, how can I find? So first we need to apply KVL and we need to apply Ohm's law in order to find the voltage. It is called as voltage division concept. Now how can I find I? Basically, in order to find or before finding I, first let us know basically what is Ohm's law. How can I find V2, which is voltage across R2? It is the product of current flowing through the resistor R2 and the resistance R2. I times R2 is nothing but voltage. Now how can I find I? I can be determined by using or by applying KVL, right? So basically in order to find the voltage, we just need to apply Ohm's law. In Ohm's law, we need to know the current. In order to know the current, I am applying KVL to this circuit, right? Now how can I find I? By applying KVL. Now apply KVL. So we are moving in the direction of current which I represented in clockwise direction. As I am moving from negative to positive, it is voltage rise. So it is plus Vs, and all the remaining voltages are basically voltage drops. The voltage drop across R1 is I times R1. Voltage drop across R2 is I times R2. And voltage drop across R3 is I times R3. All these are voltage drops as I am moving from positive to negative. So I considered them as negative terms. Whereas for voltage source, it is positive. Now Vs can be written as Vs equal to I times R1 plus R2 plus R3. From this equation, I can be rewritten as I is equal to Vs by R1 plus R2 plus R3, sum of all the resistors. This is the current flowing through the circuit, or this is the current flowing through R2. As R1, R2, R3 all are same, the current remains same, and that current is equal to Vs by R1 plus R2 plus R3. Consider this equation as the second equation, whereas the first equation is obtained from Ohm's law. Now substituting the second equation in the first equation, V2 can be written as Vs by R1 plus R2 plus R3 times, this is I, right, times R2. So V2 is nothing but total source voltage multiplied with the resistance R2 divided with sum of all the resistors. Now similarly we can find the voltage drop across R1 and the voltage drop across R3. What is the voltage across R1? According to Ohm's law, it is I times R1, and we have already determined I. So I can be replaced with Vs by R1 plus R2 plus R3 into R1, and V3. I am just writing the equations of the voltage across R1, R2 and R3. I is common for each and everything, so it is Vs by R1 plus R2 plus R3 into R3, right? This is the first equation. A, consider this equation as A, B, and this equation as C. Now if you observe, the voltage across the resistor R2 is V2. How can we obtain this? It is obtained by taking the product of the total voltage, which is the source voltage, into R2 divided with sum of all the resistors. Similarly, we can obtain the V1, which is the voltage across R1, and V3, which is the voltage across R3. So by considering this fact, we can write the generalized equation for voltage division concept. So just I am redrawing the circuit, means I am drawing the circuit again, but I am considering that there are n number of resistors that are connected in series to the voltage source Vs, right? So this is R1, R2, R3, R4 and so on, Rn, and the voltage across R1 is V1, V2, V3, V4 and so on, Vn. Now how can I find the voltage across any resistor Rn? It is just the product of source voltage and that particular resistor divided with sum of all the resistors. It is as simple as it is. So if I want to find the voltage across Rn minus 1 resistor, you just need to multiply the total voltage with Rn minus 1 resistor and divide with all the resistors. So in this way, see, these two are the two generalized equations which are helpful in order to apply the voltage division concept for a circuit containing n number of resistors. Whatever may be the number of resistors that are connected in series, we can apply this generalized formula. This is the voltage division rule which helps us to find the voltage across a particular element when the total voltage across a group of series connected elements is known to us, or when the total voltage is known to us. Here all the resistors or the elements must be connected in series. This is the condition. Now we will go through the current division rule or current division concept, right? And before knowing the current division concept, how to apply it and what is the formula, first we need to understand where we can apply this current division rule, right? So when compared to as we have seen voltage division, but it is different from voltage division. So current division rule basically here is useful to find current through a particular element or current through one resistor, one element. Here element in the sense a resistor, because we are basically discussing voltage division and current division rules in resistive circuits, right? So current division is useful to find the current through one resistor or one element when two elements are connected in parallel and if and only if total current is known. Means the total current entering to the parallel combination. If we know the total current entering or leaving, whatever it may be, if we know the total current entering or leaving through the node to which these resistors are connected in parallel, if we know the total current, we can find the current flowing through one particular resistor using current division rule. Okay, so it is a little bit different from voltage division rule. Voltage division rule can be applied to any number of resistors that are connected in series easily, whereas current division rule cannot be easily applied if there are more than two resistors. If there are more than two elements or two resistors, we cannot apply current division rule easily. If there are only two resistors, we can apply them easily. And how can we understand current division rule? If we have a basic knowledge of Ohm's law and Kirchhoff's current law. Okay, what is KCL? Kirchhoff's current law. So before understanding current division rule, we need to know or we need to understand Kirchhoff's current law and Ohm's law. Then it is easy to understand current division rule, right? So the major drawback in current division rule is we can apply this current division rule easily when there are only two resistors connected in parallel. We can apply KVL for any number, we can apply voltage division rule for any number of resistors connected in series. But in order to apply current division rule easily, we need to have two elements or two branches or two resistors connected in parallel, right? Now, so this is the resistance R1 and this is the resistance R2 connected in parallel to a current source IS. In place of current source, we can also take a voltage source, no problem with that. I am assuming that I1 is the current flowing through R1 and I2 is the current flowing through R2. These are the two currents, and the voltage across the current source, I am assuming this as Vs. The voltage across the current source, I am assuming it as Vs. Now I need to apply KCL as well as Ohm's law in order to understand current division rule, right? Now applying KCL, as we see from the upper node, the current entering is Is, and the two currents that are leaving are I1 and I2. So according to KCL, the algebraic sum of entering currents equal to algebraic sum of leaving currents. So Is is equal to I1 plus I2, as the voltage across R1 as well as the voltage across R2 both are same, which is equal to Vs. Hence the current I1 can be represented as Vs by R1 according to Ohm's law, and the current I2 can be represented as Vs by R2. Similarly, as far as the source is considered, Vs by Is according to Ohm's law is nothing but R equivalent. Is it right? How can I find R equivalent? R equivalent in case of parallel combination is R1 into R2 divided with R1 plus R2. Is it right? So the equivalent resistance seen from the source terminals is given by R1 into R2 by R1 plus R2. Now how can we link these two concepts? One is KCL and another one is Ohm's law. So here the first term and the second term in the first equation are obtained because of the Ohm's law and KCL. Directly I am applying. Now if I send Is to RHS, you will get Vs equal to Is times R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. Vs is equal to Is times R1 into R2 by R1 plus R2. Consider this equation as the first equation. And we know from Ohm's law, I1 is equal to Vs by R1 and I2 is equal to Vs by R2. Okay, so this is the second and third equations. Now what I am doing here, I am just substituting the first equation in second and third equations. So if I substitute the first in second, you will get I1 is equal to, what is Vs? It is Is times R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. This entire thing is Vs, and divided by R1 is written as into 1 by R1. Now R1 cancelled, so you will get Is times R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Similarly, how can I get I2? I2 is equal to same Is times R1 R2 divided with R1 plus R2 times 1 by R2. Right? Now R2 will get cancelled out. Now I2, which is the current flowing through R2. Okay, so I'm just getting some space here. I'm writing in the same page itself. Now I2 can be written as Is times R1 divided with R1 plus R2. Okay, now I am just redrawing the figure and writing the equations which I have got just now. So when two resistors or two elements connected in parallel, and if the current entering or leaving through the node, current entering or leaving to the node to which these elements are connected parallel is known, right? How to find the current flowing through any particular element, one element from the total current? I1 is given by Is times R2 divided with R1 plus R2. Similarly, this is the equation A. Consider this as equation A. As the second equation, consider I2 as Is times R1 divided by R1 plus R2. Consider this equation as the second equation B. Now see, Is is the total current, where I1 and I2 are the currents flowing through R1 and R2. In order to get I1, I multiplied the Is with the resistance which is opposite to R1. In order to know the current flowing through R1, I need to multiply the source current with resistance R2 divided with sum of all the resistors. Similarly, consider the second equation. In order to get I1, I need to multiply the source current with R. See, in order to get I2, I need to multiply the source current with R1. Means the total current multiplied with the opposite resistance divided with sum of all the resistances can give you the current flowing through that particular resistance. So for a network, so this is the case with the two resistors that are connected in parallel, where we can apply current division rule easily. Now for a network which contains more than two elements, more than two resistors, as we have seen in voltage division that there are n number of resistors. If there are n number of resistors, how to apply voltage division rule? Now here also, if we have a network containing more than two resistors or two elements connected in parallel, what we need to do is we need to reduce the network with two elements using network reduction technique. We have seen in our previous video how to reduce n number of resistors that are connected in parallel to a single resistor. Is it right? And how to reduce n number of resistors that are connected in series to a single resistor. This is called as network reduction technique. So like that, if you have any number of resistors or elements that are connected in parallel to a current source, we can reduce this into two resistors that are connected in parallel. In order to find the current, for example, I have number of resistors, like first resistor is Ra and the remaining n resistors are there. I want to know the current through Ra. What I can do, I just reduce this circuit into a simple circuit which contains only two resistors. One resistor is Ra and another resistor is the parallel combination of resistors R1 to Rn, right? Because I want to know the current flowing through Ra. As I want to know the current flowing through Ra, I should not remove this, right? So I am considering the parallel combination of the remaining n resistors, which is from R1 to Rn, as Rb. So by reducing this, we can now easily apply the current division rule which we have considered for two elements that are connected in parallel. So we need to reduce the network to a network which contains only two elements. Now in this video we have seen two important and basic concepts, which is voltage division rule in case of a series connected circuit or series connected elements, and current division rule in case of parallel connection network. Okay, so this is a detailed explanation of voltage division concept and current division concept where we can apply this. So thank you very much for your patient listening. So please do subscribe and share. If you like this video, share this. Thank you very much.